Ow! What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Roam Live Isaac mod showcase. We got a very fun one for you guys today. It's called the Battle Banner. Now, I'm very excited about this item because it gives us a 1.8 damage multiplier. However, as you can see, we have a little icon on top of our guy here, and what happens is we are not allowed to backtrack more than one room. So we started ourselves off with an item room here just to be safe, because we can backtrack one room, so we can go back to the starting room, and then we can continue. But it's gonna be, we're gonna have to manage our resources and our floor patterns slash paths very, very carefully this run. I'm very, very excited for it. Let's see what we got in here. Okay. Hey, if you're new to the Roam Live YouTube channel, press like and subscribe. Shout out to all my daily watchers. Hell yeah, dude. I was thinking about checking out the shop. However, I cannot backtrack more than one room. I cannot believe we got Polyphemus. I'm playing the Forgotten because I have a guy in the comment section that keeps asking me to play Forgotten. And you know what? I don't mind Forgotten. It's tainted Forgotten that I'm not a big fan of. So, sure, we'll play some Forgotten today. Now, this is from the Fox Booster Pack, the one we checked out a couple of weeks ago. So we'll have that linked in the description below if you guys are interested in checking it out. Oh my god. He got deleted. What was that? Faker, what was that? My god, that's just it. That's just disgusting. Put some, oh, we're gonna lose our damage bonus this floor. Ah, what a shame we picked the wrong path. I thought this would for sure be the right one because it was a big room. Damn. Today's question of the day is, what is a game that you think is seriously underrated? Now, for me personally, I am gonna have to go with, a little game, an RPG Maker horror video game that is called The Mad Father. Now, I have a playthrough of this item. I lost 18 damage for that. That's so sad. And I don't even gain any tier rate back. Ah, it's so sad. It's called The Mad Father. Now, I actually have a playthrough of this game on my YouTube channel. I believe it's still up from way back in the day before I started making Isaac videos, but it has gotta be one of my favorite games of all time. I've talked about this at length before. I mean, sure, I guess. It's not really that good, but if I got Polyphemus on the first floor item room, who am I realistically to complain about literally anything going forward? But yeah, I grew up watching PewDiePie, obviously, way back when I was a youngin'. I discovered him, like, relatively early on, which was pretty cool to see, you know, the insane growth that guy had over the years. Very cool thing to see. But he used to play these RPG Maker horror games. I always hated it because he split his videos up into like 7-minute parts. Now that, you know, I'm older and I'm also a YouTuber, I understand that he did that to maximize advertiser revenue because that was before the whole adpocalypse and all that fun stuff. So that's the reason why he did that. Okay, thank God it's just one room, so we're not losing our banner immediately off rip because that would suck. But he played a lot of RPG Maker horror games, and there's a bunch of them that I absolutely love to this day, and I will still regularly play them. Sure, we'll take that. But Mad Father was probably my favorite one. I also really enjoyed Ib and The Witch's House, if you're looking for some other games in that kind of genre. We're gonna lose our damage buff. This is so sad. We keep picking the wrong path. I need to get, like, the map or like the mind or something like that. That would be, I don't know, perfect. That would be perfect. Like, my whole thought process is, yeah, we're probably gonna end up losing the damage buff every single floor, but if you think about it, as long as you beat the boss before that happens, it's not really a big deal, because, you know, the main thing that you're gonna be fighting on the floor then has been dealt with. So it's really not a problem if you go about it that way. At least that's how I feel about it. Okay, but I just remember coming home from school, and waiting until, like, bedtime to go on, like, my iPad. I sound like an iPad kid. I was not, I promise you. I only used my iPad for, like, YouTube in bed. That's pretty much it. But I used to wait until nighttime so I could watch these RPG Maker horror game videos from PewDiePie like every single night when he was doing a series. And oh, we lost our Angel Deal chance. That's such a shame. I lost a Boneheart. Well, that's my bad. I just remember waiting to watch those, and those were a big part of my early YouTube years, you know, growing up on YouTube. Because I would argue that I definitely grew up on YouTube. So many trinkets. Why? Oh, damage up. Nice. How much damage did that give us? 9.13. Oh my god. What? Well, what's up? The ceiling. I always whenever my girlfriend thinks I'm upset or something, she'll always come up to me and be like, hey, what's up? And she'll get so mad because immediately I'll look at her deadpan and just go, the ceiling. What do we got in here? Oh, it's green. He got deleted. Hell yeah. Dude, Polyphemus with his battle banner is ridiculous. Redonkulous, if you will. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to put some people, like, on... I wanted to put some people on game when it came to the RPG Maker horror genre of video games, dude. I absolutely love them. Still to this day, I will replay them every now and then, because I just think they're that great. I really think they are absolutely phenomenal. And if you haven't either played them or watched them, I highly recommend them. I mean, you know, if you want to watch my series on it, you could. I wouldn't be opposed to that, because I mean, I'll pick this up. I don't have an active item, but sure. I think that's what matters at the end of the day. Oh, okay, so you can't backtrack into the same room again. I lost my damage multiplier. No! But hey, speaking of dad jokes, like, what's up the ceiling? Man, I'll tell you guys, I don't really think I've spoken about this on the channel at all. This is not foreboding, nor is it an omen. At least I flippin', I hope not. But you know, I don't know how you guys feel about it. I guess especially with today's day and age and like the economy and like all this other stuff. You know, ever since I was like, I don't know, a teenager, man, I've always been excited to eventually like be a dad. I don't know how else to describe it, man. It's something that I've always kind of like looked forward to. I don't know. I think it would be fun. I think it would be like an enjoyable, also life-altering experience, but I don't know, man. I'm only 23, mind you, so like I got a little while before that happens. You know, give me like a little under a decade before I come anywhere close to that. But you know, just speaking in broad strokes and the vibes I've been feeling over the last few years, and you know, I'm very excited for when that time comes. I think it'll be a lot of fun. Oh, my angel chance! I lost my bone heart. Man, I'm pissed. I wanted my angel deal. I wanted the mine so bad. Wait, I got it. 1%ers rise up. Let's go. Oh, 1.2x damage multiplier, baby. When we have Battle Banner, that's going to be ridiculous, by the way. I hope you know that. That's going to be so insane. I cannot wait to see what our damage stat's going to be when we get that finished. All right, let's do this. We'll open this up. I will grab that, and let's find our item room before we leave. You know, I think the goal with parenting is just to, you know, this is speaking from complete ignorance as a 23-year-old man, but I think it's just to take what you learned growing up and just do like a little bit better, I guess. That's how I've always thought of it. You know, that's how I've always thought of it. Just do your best to improve upon what you've already learned and how you were raised, I guess. But I don't know, man. Having some little Romes running around, I think, would be pretty funny. So, you know, I'm excited for that day when it comes, but also terrified. So, you know, I'm not ready for it now. All right, I'm not. I will not be. I don't know who's watching this. If anyone's got something in store for me, I'm not ready for that. Not yet, all right? Give me a few years. You know what? We'll take this with us, I guess. We can get a boss item from that a little bit later on. We're gonna lose our banner again, but that's fine. Seeing the demographic in my I hate calling it like fan base. I hate calling you guys like my fans. It's weird. It still feels weird to me. You know, I've been doing this for like 2.5 years almost. And it still feels weird calling people, like, my fans. I don't know how to describe it. You know? I don't know. Call that, like, imposter syndrome. Call that self-doubt. Call it whatever you want to call it. But it just feels strange still to this day, you know? Like, I wouldn't be here without you guys. So it almost feels disingenuous to call you my fans when you guys are more, like... I don't want to say, like, homies or, like, family. Because, like... you know, as much as I care about my audience, I guess is the word I would use, as a collective. I mean, I don't really know any of you guys personally, so it's kind of hard to make that comparison, right? But it was just a very intriguing, I guess is the word I would use, an intriguing thing to see the audience age demographic kind of shift over the last, I would say, year-ish, a little bit less than a year. It changed pretty drastically, actually. That's, you know... Oh, hello! That is the way the cookie crumbles, my friends. That is the way the cookie crumbles, I guess. But basically what I was trying to say that entire time is that, you know, now that I have kind of a substantially... I don't want to say older, I guess, audience. Look, you guys aren't old, all right? You guys are all in the spring of your youth, and I'm proud of you. Keep on rocking in the free world. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure there's a lot of you that like actually understand what it's like to literally have children. You know, that's a scary thought for me. Not that you guys have children. That's fine. I mean, having children is a scary thought. But I know there's a bunch of people even who, like, come to the Twitch streams, like, regularly, who have children. And I'm like, that's crazy. You're watching this, like, pardon my French, you're watching this dumb 23-year-old play this silly little game, like, regularly, live? And you got kids? Like, that's just a trip, you know? That's just a trip to me. I'm like, that's crazy. I didn't think I've always thought that my humor or like my cadence or I guess even just like my speech patterns, thought processes were always a little bit juvenile when it came to creating content. You know, I tend to err on the juvenile-ish side when it comes to my content. I would say at least. You know, I talk about balls and cum. Which I do find quite funny to this day, and I'm not gonna apologize for that. I do want to check the shop, but I don't want to lose my my damage bonus right now. Yeah, I talk about those things. I find them funny. I didn't think people older than me would find it funny, but you know what? At the end of the day, I mean, here we are. Oh, this is Gehenna 2. I got too busy yapping, and I forgot where I was walking. I got too busy yapping and too busy capping. We're gonna go to the chests today. What do we got in here? Yeah, I mean, I'll take Holy Light. I also realized that I haven't been holding my, that's a hemo. This is gonna become, we're gonna become, I have a very slow tier rate. Yeah, we're gonna have a really slow tier rate for a very long time. I don't know if it's a good idea to even use the babies at this point. They do deal a lot of damage, but it takes about 9 years to shoot out a baby. So I don't know. Is this a good idea? Should I just be slamming? Granted, I have a 0.57 tier rate. I mean, granted, we can also just do this. And they're probably still going to deal a bunch of damage. Not actually nearly as much as I thought they were going to do, but they still do deal a pretty substantial amount of damage here. I honestly cannot say that I've ever actually watched a full episode of the Flintstones. Can anyone say that they have? I don't. It was definitely before my time. Like, it rarely even came on the television when I was growing up. Like, at all. It did, but very, very occasionally, and always kind of in, like, weird time slots, you know? I guess that happens with a lot of older shows, but I never really saw that growing up a ton. I do remember, when I was growing up, the Saturday, it wasn't Cartoon Network, it was Teletoon, which was the Canadian version of Cartoon Network before they got absorbed by Cartoon Network in, I want to say, like 2016. I might be wrong in that thought process, but I think it was something like 2016 they got absorbed. But every Saturday they had, I think they called it like Retro Saturday or something, or like Retro Cartoon Saturday. And they changed their logo to black and white, and it would be all old, shows. And I don't know, I loved those. I used to wake up every Saturday. My dad would pick us up breakfast. You know, he'd either get us Tim Hortons or like McDonald's or something like that. And we would sit on the couch, and we would watch, Looney Tunes. We would watch Looney Tunes, or we would watch, I don't even know what else was on at the time. It was mostly Looney Tunes. That was the main thing that the old Looney Tunes, not the, not the new Looney Tunes. I haven't seen too much of that, but it was like Looney Tunes, you know, it was all those old shows, and I remember having so much fun doing that. So the sad part here is that we can only check one item room. The reason being is that if we go into this and then come back, or actually, no, it's fine, right? I should take the tiers up. I do really like, yeah, okay, we keep it. Cool, because that was a new room that we went into. Cleaning the room spawns a familiar. I don't really care about that. We're maxed out on money. We can open these up. Costs money to open everything, so not really a big deal. Cannot use any bone hearts here, because we are maxed out on bone hearts, but that's alright. I could, I don't really need that, do I? Well, we'll just fight, we'll just fight Hush. This is fine. This is totally fine. Yeah, that was a really nice memory for me. You know, there's a lot of memories like that, because it was like every Saturday/Sunday, but I just thought it was a really cool memory. And it ties back into the, you know, the points that I was talking about earlier, you know? I would love to one day have a little Roan and give them memories like that. I think it'd be really sweet and really cool. You know, and I'm sure, you know, some of you who are maybe similar to my age or like a little bit younger, or even like a little bit older, I'm sure some of you guys have like little traditions that you had like that with your parents, that you remember and you kind of look on fondly. Or maybe, like I said, maybe you got kids and you're doing that for them right now. And I think that is sublime, you know? I think it's good to make memories with your kids while you can, because eventually they get old and then they don't want to talk to you anymore because you're not cool anymore. I hope that never happens to me, man. I hope I'm always cool. I hope I'm always cool to my kids. I hope so. I think I'm pretty cool. I think I'm all right. What do I know? I get bullied on the internet for money. Not by you guys, mainly. You know, the YouTube audience is actually quite swell. You guys are very kind. It's mostly Twitch, but that's okay. We have fun there still. I don't mind at all. It does not bother me. You know, if I cared that much about what people on the internet said about me, I wouldn't be making videos anymore. I would have gave up a long time ago. You know. I get a lot of hate comments, even to this day. I get them all the time. I get them all the time without fail. They just, you know, it's like water on a duck's back. I don't care. And it's like, if you're taking the time out of your day to say something like hateful to me in a comment section of a YouTube video, that thousands of other people have watched, that says more about you than it does about me, all right? And that's not to say that I don't appreciate the nice comments. Obviously, I do. And like I said, I do read every single comment. I mean, why would I not, right? It's my channel. I want to make sure that people are enjoying the content and that people are having a good time. But, like, yeah, if you're taking time out of your day to just be mean to someone you don't know on the internet for something that they did that you, like, don't like, I'm not saying, like, something that someone did that's, like, morally wrong or, like, illegal. You can get mad at people for that. That's, you know, don't twist my words here. That's totally fine. But, like, if I just do something that you don't like and you decide to get really, really angry and, like, write a whole, like, big, long comment about it, like, that says so much more about you than it does about me. I gotta be honest. I will admit, you know, like, for a while after I started, they did bother me, like, a lot. Like, hate comments used to really get to me, and they used to really make me upset, because I was like, you know, I'm trying really hard, and I just want to make the best shit that I can make, and I just want to make people laugh, and I want to make people happy. I don't want to make them forget about, you know, the world that we got going on right now, because everything's kind of a mess, and it all sucks. And then I would get, like, a comment that was like, I hate your voice, and I wish you would stop talking. And I was like, damn. That really, like, hurts my feelings, because I try really hard to make these videos entertaining. But when you get enough, you hit a certain point where you're like, all right, like, these people are just, like, they're losers. You know, they don't have any valid points to make. It's all, like, opinionated garbage. And, like, I don't have time for that. I'm a busy guy. I got shit I gotta do, all right? I got videos I gotta make. I got streams I gotta do. I got a cat I gotta take care of. I got a family. You know, my life is busy, all right? I got lots of stuff going on. So it just, like, it's not in my interest to care. I didn't pop this in the cathedral like an idiot, and now I get 1 key for it. Well, that's on me. But yeah, I think that's I think that's a good way for, honestly, anybody, not even just myself, to look at that kind of stuff. You know, if someone's taking the time out of their day to be mean to you, whether that be, like, even in person or, like, online, dude, that says so much more about them than it does about you. It's just, it's not worth it. You know? And a lot of times when people are, like, mad about stuff, or they're like, I don't like you, blah, 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 like, you piss me off. It's like, the reason that they dislike you is because they're seeing a reflection of some part of themselves in you, and it makes them upset because they don't like that part of themselves. And that's just the truth. You know, there's been plenty of people that I was like, I don't like that person, you know? Like, they make me mad. And I would have to, you know, take a step back and be like, well, why do I not like them? And then I'd be like, well, because they do this. And then I would stop and I would think, and I'd be like, wait, I do that. You know what I'm saying? So, and like, maybe it's something that they do that you used to do. You know, maybe it's something that you used to do that you grew from and you learned, and you don't do it anymore because you know that either, like, other people don't like it, which would be reflections of them, obviously, like I'm saying, or just because you didn't like that. You know, you thought it was unhealthy, or you thought it was mean, and you changed that and you worked on it and you got better with it. You know, that just because you solved that for yourself doesn't give you the right to it doesn't give you the right to you know, get mad at other people for still acting that way. Everyone's on their own journey. Everyone's moving at their own pace, right? You kind of got to you got to have a little bit of faith, is all I'm saying. All right? You got to have just a little bit of faith. People change. They get better. They might get worse, but then they might get better after that. This is not delirium. You know I'm gonna put delirium in the bucket. All right, I have no idea how much damage we're gonna deal with these babies, but I'm gonna try using these babies just a little bit to see if we can't deal some bonus damage here. Like I said, our tear rate on the babies is not good, and if I miss like that, I'm kind of cooked. As you can see, because the homing effect is like not that, like it's pretty strong, but like it's not that strong. So we gotta. This seems to not be working in my favor. We're just gonna go into the ghost form, and we're gonna start shooting babies that way, because I think it's a better option for us. And we also have the Polaroid, and as the lost form, we get permanent Polaroid invincibility, so we should be a little bit safer in that regard as well. I do really wish we still had the battle banner, just so that we could kind of show it off in the delirium fight. But you know what? It is what it is. With the void floor, there's no way that we're gonna make it to the boss without and like if we do make it to delirium without the battle banner like being discarded, it would have just been pure RNG, pure luck, because I never would have guessed this boss room specifically was delirium. It's way off in the boonies, and it was very convoluted to get here. We ran into a bunch of bosses along the way, so, but it is what it is. It is what it is, man. Come on, buddy. Are you gonna do your little foot stomp? Yeah, I'm okay with that. Well, the good thing is that the body, the skelemensch, does block the tears for us, which makes our life a hell of a lot easier as well. So we got the permanent Polaroid invincibility. We have the skeleton blocking a bunch of tears for us, and we also actually, you guys probably haven't forgot, because I haven't mentioned it in a while, we also have the alges rune in my bottom right hand corner. You also just can't see it because my big fat head is in the way. I'm gonna pop the alges now because we're getting pretty close to killing him. That way we can get up close and personal with this, and he should be dead here very momentarily. And there we go. Beautiful. Well, all right. Look at that. That was the battle banner mod item showcase here on the Realm Live YouTube channel. I really enjoyed this item, and I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did making it. If you did, consider leaving a like down below, and consider subscribing to the channel, because it would mean the absolute world to me, and we would love to have you in the Realm Live community. As you guys know, I am still in Europe at this time, but any comments that you will write, I will most definitely read. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, take care and stay safe, my friends.